ice. In its own way, it can be quite beautiful, almost majestic. But like any of nature's elements, it has a destructive side.
I've worked here over 30 years, and this is the worst one that I remember.
Cleveland County area got the brunt of the storm, I believe, along with Tulsa. Those are the two areas I know that it looks like a tornado hit. And a lot of the damage is similar to a tornado, hurricane, high winds. It's a lot of the damage you're going to see with that also.
In its wake was a trail of damage throughout Moore, primarily involving our trees. The weight of the ice pulling down on limbs created numerous breaks, bent whole trees over, and split some right down the middle. But our damage wasn't nearly as bad as some surrounding areas, and this is why.
We've had 2 tornadoes, and that removed a lot of the tree canopy in those pathways of those 2 previous tornadoes.
Moore's experience with tornadoes and previous disasters helped the city speed through its dealings with FEMA and receive federal financial aid to assist with the cleanup. As for the damage we did sustain, most of it was a result of the types of trees people planted in the wake of our previous tornadoes. Silver maples, river birches, and in particular, Bradford pears took a beating.
They're pretty trees, and they have a very nice shape to them. The pear shape is very desirable, and unfortunately, you see a lot of them planted because they are pretty and not because of they can weather a storm better than maybe an oak.
And now a major operation is underway to clean up all those damaged trees and clear the limb debris from our community.
But we started on January the 2nd. We've got 2 crews in the city. We started on the very north city limit line. We had 1 crew in the northwest section and 1 in the northeast section. And we're just moving from north to south. It seems like a slow process, but there's a lot of tree limbs laying out there on the right-of-way.
City crews are only picking up tree limbs for residential homes. With such a major operation and manpower spread thin, the city also turned to Cleveland County officials to help bridge the gap.
The county has an interlocal agreement with the cities, the City of Moore, City of Oklahoma City, and City of Norman. And City of Moore called District 1 and asked for our help with debris removal with the churches and small businesses. A disaster like that, it can't, City of Moore may not be able to handle everything, themselves, and so, the county is, available there to pick it up.
Crews will complete 1 pass of the entire city. They'll then turn around and do it all over again, providing residents an opportunity to prune their trees and have those additional limbs removed.
We're about 1/3 of the way through. When we get close to the end of the first pass through the community, we will be re-notifying our citizens, and there's going to be a date that will be set, and that will be the last date that citizens will have to get those tree limbs out. We're just making 2 passes through town, and I want all the citizens to realize that and understand, so there's no misunderstanding about when the deadline is.
With crews on their way to clear your limbs and initial debris being removed from the community, you may now be thinking about how best to deal with your remaining damaged trees.
Prune out the hanging branches or hazardous branches. Also, you want to cut the jagged edges to flush cuts, but consult a reference manual when you're pruning and do the correct type of pruning. You want to prune outside the swollen area where the branch attaches to the trunk, which is called the branch collar. And that way those cells are still actively dividing and they'll allow the wound to seal over.
If your tree has lost more than 50% of its canopy, it likely won't live, and you may want to consider removing it. If you're looking to replace lost trees from the ice storm,
what you can do is replant with stronger trees. Don't replant with Bradford pears or silver maples or river birches if you can help it. Go with ones that appear to be more tough, such as Shantung maple. Amur maple is a medium-sized tree, bur oak, but again, you want to consult any retailers before you make your final purchase.
And for the survivors, don't expect them to get back to normal at the first sign of spring.
It's going to take some time to recover, just like humans. Trees take a while to recover, so you just have to kind of be patient and monitor them.
And patience is in order as well for the cleanup process. When you're driving about and run across crews clearing debris, give them some room. You may have to take a short detour to get around them, but in the end, they're clearing the way for a bright and beautiful spring.